now I want to show you one of our one-pot meals really quick that we just came out with for our new fall line. It's the beef and broccoli meatballs. Now, this is made in the microwave. It is really delicious, and my family loves it. I went on and I grated some of the ginger, and I put in the brown sugar because my family doesn't like it super sweet, so I kind of cut the sugar on it. But so far, I've got the ginger and the brown sugar, and then next I'm going to add soy sauce. So you take a 1/3 cup of soy sauce and you put it in that. And then I'm going to stir it up so that our sugar mixes. Then I'm going to put in, it calls for 3 cloves of garlic. The garlic that I have is really big, so I'm only going to put 2. And you don't have to peel the garlic. The garlic press will do it for you. And it has a great little spoon that comes with it, but mine's in the dishwasher. So I'm just going to use the regular spoon. It comes right out. And you don't even have to touch it with your fingers because of that little spoon. But I did just to make it quick.
You're going to put that in there better now. It's going to fall out. There, I'll take that in.
Okay. Thank you. Stir it up. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it to the side because it's going to go in the meatballs to flavor the meatball. So good. Okay. Then I'm going to pour my beef broth into the rest of it. Takes 1.5 cups of beef broth. Now you can cook this. The recipe tells you to cook it in the deep covered baker, but my microwave is small, so my deep covered baker won't fit in it. What I did was I put it in my rock crock. This is the everyday rock crock. It's 2.5 quarts. So I'm going to go on and pour this mixture into there. Sorry, I've got an assistant over here that's helping me out. I'm going to stir that in there and even it out and let that hang out for just a minute. Okay, so while that's holding on, I'm going to set this bowl aside because we're going to use that again. I'm going to put in my broccoli. Now it calls for 6 ounces of broccoli, but I add just a little bit more so I can make a little more meatballs. I'm going to cut that off because we don't really want too much of the stem if we don't have to have it. I'm going to throw this in my manual food processor. Mary Jane, would you give me the lid? It's right there.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to break it up like I am. I'm just doing it because it makes it kind of even going in and it, to start with, so it doesn't kind of make my blade kind of go topsy-turvy. Put a little more in there. Now, this manual food processor is a little loud when you use it, but it's great for camping. Because no plug. You can make salsa with it, which is what I use mine for most of the time until we found this recipe. Now I use it more for this than I do salsa. You can use it to make blizzards. You can use it to make baby food. There are all sorts of different things that you can use this little gadget for, and I love it. Chop it up really fine. See that action going there? Okay. Pour that in there. I think I'm going to make some more. Sometimes I like to see how much it makes at a time in the bowl so that I know whether or not the consistency is gonna work with my hamburger meat. Set those to the side there. See my assistant walking in the background. Oh, there's one little guy that didn't make it all the way. Okay. Put it in there. We'll rinse that out later. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put my meat in the bowl. Sorry for the background noise, guys. So, can you give me a bigger bowl? I thought
Yeah.
I got a little too much meat when I bagged this up. Okay. She's going to get me a bigger bowl. I'm going to transfer this into it, and then we're going to put in some panko crumbs. We are going to put in 1 egg and some whites of a green onion. And then that green onion we're going to use again at the end because it makes a great garnish, and it tastes really good with it too. Here, baby. I've got eggs right there.
Okay.
Bless her heart, she knows I forget everything. When I try to do these videos, I try to make sure that I have everything ahead of me. Sometimes I forget. You can get me an egg out?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mama?
Yes, please. Okay. Now, it says to beat the egg, but I like to squish it. That way I can make sure that it, kind of goes in good with the meat. Can you hand me the panko crumbs right there? But make sure my phone doesn't fall.
Oh.
Make sure my phone doesn't fall. You can move the phone right there and prop it against the rock crop. That lid for me. Right here.
This one?
This one. I'm going to touch it with the raw meat on my hand. Pour it out.
Is that good?
More. Just gonna put the whole thing in. There's not much left. Okay.
I hope I still look nice. Yeah. Right away?
Yeah.
Do you have any
Put
more?
that in. Oh, making a mess. Good for that. Okay. I'm going to set this to the side really quick and chop up the whites of my green onions. Now this you could probably put in with the broccoli, but I don't. Gonna chop this up. Can you move that over here, Mary Jane?
What?
The camera so they can see the knife. I'm just gonna chop it up pretty fine. This is one of our new knives. Thing is sharp, sharp, sharp. So watch your fingers. You'll do like I do and cut yourself and don't even realize it. Now, grab me that little thing there with the rest of our sauce in there. Pour it in there. Awesome. Thank you.
You want me to put this in the sink?
Please. And the other day she wouldn't ask. She would just know. So we're going to mix this up.
You checked a piece right there.
It's okay, honey. It's not the end of the world. And then we're going to roll it up into little balls. Usually about 15 will work in the deep covered baker. You can get a little more in with the rock crock. Now, the instructions will tell you to use the cookie scoop. I don't have that yet, so I'm just going to eyeball it, roll it out, just like that. Mary Jane, will you show right there and put it on top of your rice? And you do cook this in the microwave. It's for, you can turn it around, honey, and flip the camera so that you're not showing half the house.
Ow.
Tap it.
Oh my God.
Never mind. I'll show you in a minute, guys. It does cook in the microwave. Now, I was a little hesitant at first because raw meat, hamburger, microwave, did not sound like a great idea to me. But when you make sure that it's cooked all the way, depending on your microwave, mine is a smaller wattage, so I have to cook it just a little longer, but it tastes just as good. Okay. Then, when that gets done, you add sugar snap peas. I put in, because usually I'll make up a batch, 2 of these, because I have 2 of these rock crocks. So I'll make enough so that we can have extras, because this goes really fast around here. And when I do that, I only put in half of the bag of the sugar snap peas. I get the 8-ounce bag. And use, I don't need those right now.
Okay.
Hunter. Motherhood. Anyway, you cook it for the, I believe it says 12 minutes, 13 minutes. I know what I have to cook mine for about 15, 17, because like I said, mine is a smaller wattage. So I know what to cook it for from the microwave. But I use my thermometer and I test it every time to make sure that they are cooked all the way through. We want at least 165 degrees for these meatballs to be considered done. So what I will do is, when this is finished, I will show you a picture of the finished product. Because once you put the sugar snap peas in, you have to cook it for another 4 to 6 minutes. Just to kind of get those to where they're not so hard and they're cold. They still have a really good crisp to them, but they're not freezing and they're warm with the rest of the meal. So I want to thank you for watching my video, and like I said, I will post a picture of it to show you the after so that you can see what it looks like. And with this, you know, you can kind of cater it to your family. I don't use a lot of ginger. I don't use the full recommended amount of the brown sugar because my husband is diabetic and this does have rice with it. So we kind of cut corners where we can. So thank you. I'll see y'all later.